For those of you that think we're just, old crotchety dudes, our second story actually will have some rather impressive display of different cultures. A different culture. You'll love it. It's wonderful. Like you love and find all things wonderful, but this is truly news.
It's true. That's what everybody says. Everybody
Has said that at one point or another. Not always in connection with This Is Truly News, but hey. Like, subscribe, and follow us if you would. And if you find any cool stories you think we'd like and could, massacre, send it off to TITR@netradio.network.
We're likable adjacent.
Yeah, we're nearly likable.
Mm-hmm.
We're close to being almost nearly in the same realm as likable.
This is True, Really News with Scott Combs and Tony Vercanis. All the news you're about to hear is true.
Really?
As far as you know.
Residents reported rumbling and rattling windows and doors after a 3.3 magnitude earthquake hit Staffordshire the other day.
Staffordshire?
Staffordshire. People as far away as Yorkshire and all their pudding took to social media to describe the effects. The British Geological Survey said people had reported an initial rumbling, then a bang with what felt like a shunt, like something had hit something. I'm guessing one tectonic plate hit another. It's the
like elbowing your pal in the bar.
Right. It's the largest of 21.
Bigger.
It's the largest, get this, of 21 earthquakes to strike the UK in the past 2 months. Patrick, time to move back.
And then a fault line?
I don't know anything about it. I have to look it up.
Patrick, time to move back. I think California's nice.
Yeah, Patrick's views would not go well in California. Kelvin Evans.
That's why I think it would be wonderful.
In Upper Tian said he would said he heard a very loud, weird, spooky noise that seemed to vibrate the front of the house. Another Tian resident, Jenny Brown, said she thought a vehicle had veered off the road and bumped the side of her house. Tom, 38, in Cheadle said, I was sitting watching an episode of Only Connected with my wife on YouTube. As we opened another bottle of wine, the whole house shook. I thought either one of the children had fallen out of bed or something else had happened.
How many bottles were they into at this point?
He said second, but I'm wondering how big their kids are. 3.3? Oh, yeah, that was the older one.
Maybe they both fell out at the same time.
Ooh.
For those of you that say we have no cultural diversity, pshaw.
Pshaw, we say.
According to the India Times, a wedding in Bhavnagar, a wedding in India took a rather odd turn when Hetal, the bride, fainted during the nuptials.
And
then passed away at the hospital. Heart attack.
Well, then I'm not going to start my whole joke line about numshules.
No. As the wedding festivities went on, the family came up with a novel idea. This is not something you would find at a wedding in the States. For one thing, the festivities probably wouldn't have went on when the bride went plunk.
Yep.
The bride's younger sister would marry the groom instead. Cultural diversity.
Is there anybody here who feels like getting married tonight? You? All right, come on.
You, the girl in back. Are you? The bride's younger sister. A city councilman, whose name I can't pronounce, called the event extremely sad and said the family was just trying to set an example by not abandoning the groom and his family without a bride. One woman, though, commented on Twitter, families can't afford to let their wedding investment go in vain. Behind all that love and sanskar is a very practical and business-like family model. Something I know I've practiced at my house ever since Rob and I were married and started raising kids.
Ooh, this one's damaged. Do you have another?
Very practical and business-like family model.
Well, as long as we're talking about...
Hang on.
Oh, sorry.
Ooh, doggies. Okay, go ahead.
As long as we're talking about dead people, A sinkhole.
Well, mostly we're talking about people not losing their wedding investment.
Oh, that's true. A sinkhole that swallowed a Florida man as he slept in 2013 is back.
The Florida man is back?
No, the sinkhole that swallowed him is back, and not for the first time. My way. It first reopened in 2015 to burp, and now it's back again. Huh?
Reopened as a kiddies park, and
yeah, there we go. It's estimated to measure 19 feet by 16 feet.
That's a hole.
19 feet deep.
That's a reasonably deep hole.
But the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office say residents of the neighborhood are safe and can remain in their homes. The area that holds the sinkhole was closed to the public, fenced off, turned into a county conservation property, and was sternly told to knock it off after the death of Jeffrey Bush.
Young man,
who was in his bedroom when the sinkhole first opened under his house. His body was never found.
So not every house was safe. You know.
And it keeps coming back.
Well, it's got good hunting. What do you do?
I got that one guy. He was tasty.
And his furniture? Oh, muy bueno. The Suruta, say first we were in India, right? Now we're going to Japan.
Mm-hmm.
An annual sporting event was shuttered for 3 years during the COVID pandemic because, well, we just thought if we shut down the world, it would be much better. That way we'd get over the COVID pandemic much faster. You realize it took over 2 years in when we had the Spanish flu to get through it? But when we shut down the whole world with COVID, it took us only about 2 years to get over it.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Let that sink in. According to Reuters, the suction cup tug of war, remember, cultural diversity. The suction cup tug of war, in which pairs of bald men attach suction cups to their heads and then pull in opposite directions, took place again in February, with the city's Bald Men's Club gamely competing.
Said one contestant plungers or?
Said, well, I don't even want to know. Said one man of 43 years, my head still hurts. I think I need to ice it. Probably should have done that before. The club welcomes people who, quote, view baldness in a positive manner and want to brighten the world with our shiny heads, according to its website. Bald Men's Club of, yeah.
Somebody's an idiot.
This year's champion, if you're wondering. Were you wondering?
I was wondering who the champion might be.
Mr. Ota.
Ah.
Now won 3 consecutive times. That
him
beautiful
again.
Bald bastard.
Unbelievable. I've seen ones on YouTube where they plunk plungers on bald guys' heads, and then the guys try to pull them off, and their face goes, ingy.
Hey, look, thin, fat. Whoa. You're Clayface from Batman, aren't you?
This is true, really news. Send email to TITR@netradio.network.